Welcome back to Built Fabrications. Today we're back working on the Mustang, and we are going to be installing and testing out what's called Malfunction Indicator Light correctors, or MIL. Sometimes you go by another name, can't think of the acronym. CEL, check engine light. So what this is for the rear O2 sensors. Since we have an off-road mid-pipe on this, off-road X-pipe, what that means is that the catalytic converters may or may not be no longer on the vehicle. And whenever you do the off-road X-pipe, you're going to have your check engine light is going to come on for your rear O2 sensors unless you have it tuned out with a tuner. Oftentimes I think that requires a custom tune and is not something that you can easily do just with a handheld. I think maybe some of the older versions you could, but less now, at least per my research. So another thing you do, though, hopefully, and we're going to test it out, is put in these guys. There's a couple options you could do. Sometimes these are like mini cats. It has a little catalytic converter in it, and that will trick the O2 sensor for its readings. You could do O2 spacers, and sometimes that works. This is kind of a combination of the two. So if you look at the design here, it's a 90, and it has a little restrictor hole on that side that goes into the exhaust pipe, and then you have the O2 sensor threads into there. So with that, it kind of restricts it and then pulls it off on a 90. So it's better than a spacer, doesn't necessarily have whatever goes on inside of a catalytic converter, but it's doing something in between. So we're gonna test this out, see if it works. And so this is either gonna become a how to keep your light off and fix it, or do these things work, yay or nay? We'll find out together, because I have never used them before, so we're gonna find out as a team. So let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, the first step is going to be to remove the O2 sensor. This one is broken off, so I just removed the end of it. We're gonna be putting a new one in. And then once that's out, take your spacer, try to do this one-handed, pop that sucker on there, not spacer, the washer, and then come back up here, thread this guy in. All right, once you get that in, first of all, I want to pause real quick before I continue. I don't think that it needs to be any certain direction. Facing forward is, for one, the only way that's really gonna fit, down the O2 sensor would be getting damaged likely. Up would be hitting the floor, back would be hitting this X pipe. So, but if you don't have this issue in your application, I don't think it really matters which direction. Going forward would probably be a little bit better because of the route that the exhaust would have to change. The direction would probably help the case. But anyways, so once you have these in though, go ahead and take your O2 sensor. This is our new one, and thread this guy in. And you're gonna have these, by the way, on both sides. So I have, that one is in on this side as well. And then I'll put this guy back in there. Okay, once you have your O2 sensors screwed in, plug in the connectors and get your wire management. Just take a zip tie and keep everything up out of the way so it doesn't get caught or drag on anything. And the installation part is done. So there's one other step we have to do, and then we'll drive it and see if it worked. The last step that you're gonna have to do is to clear the codes. That is going to apply, this is going to apply if you already have the check engine light, which we do, is on, because I've been driving without this. If you're doing it at the same time as you do your off-road X-pipe, then you shouldn't have to do this, because it won't be on, that's gonna clear. Also, I realize not everyone has a scan tool. I mean, you could, very handy tool to pick up. This one's a little bit more expensive, but you get like $20 ones that do the basics just fine. If you don't have access to one, you can go down to the local auto parts store and they can clear the code for you. And then you just want to drive, put some miles on it, make sure that it is working. So what we'll do here for this one, so you can see we have O2 heater circuit, bank 2. Same thing, O2 circuit, and then this is bank 2 stuff over here. So we're just gonna clear it. Check engine light should go off. It might stay on just because the ignition's not on. Let me try turning it real quick. Start this bad boy up. Perfect. So it's off now, so we're all good. Right now we got no issues, no codes. So we'll take this thing for a test drive and put, I don't know, 20 miles or something on it, and then see if we have anything pops back up. Now will let us know if it worked or not. All right, it has been, I don't know, about 30 miles, almost exactly, and no check engine light. So I would say that this thing does work, or those things do work. So I will, as long as I can remember, so don't hold your breath, but I'll try to remember to drop the link for these in the description. I got them off of Amazon, so if you need them, go ahead, and I'd say I put my stamp of approval on it, that it works, at least for me. So results may vary, but working for me. So thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully the video helped you. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Ignore my seatbelt alarm. And as always, get outside, get wrenching on something, piss off your neighbors, disappoint your mom, and until next time, keep on keeping on.